Okay, so I will open my notepad and let me remove some of this. I have many points here. So soon you'll be writing a lot of codes. So I will be creating a new file, just called the registration. So I will do HTML, end of HTML. It has head, end of head. It has a title. So title is inside the head. So my title is registration or register. So end of that title. And then after head, it is body. So let me save so that I can also be seeing errors easily. So saving in where IBP. So the name of my file is register or register form, and it is a HTML file. So I save. So now, so I want to introduce. Uh, Let me have a heading one that says fill in the form, complete registration. So end of that H1. So I can break. So then I can introduce a form. So the beginning of my form, and the end of the form. So the form can contain a heading, let's say registration, maybe in bold. And then, so a form normally contains label, just like you did in Visual Basic, a label and then the input box or the input element. So just like you did in VB. So you can have a label. After this title registration, I can break so that I have a content go to new line. So I have can have a label. The label is let's say name. So end of that label. And then next to the label is an input. So in VB, you called it text box. So how do you put a text box in HTML where somebody can type? We use input and then we say type. So you give it in the type attribute. So when you are supposed to type someone's name, which is of data type string, then we say type is text, like that. So from there, I can just test it. So I can go to the folder and test where is the registration form? Here it is. So fill in the form to complete registration. So the form begins here, registration. So name is the label. Then this is where you can type array. So it is an input box of type text. In VB, we call it a text box. Okay. So um, what if I need first name and last name? So I can say uh, first name. Let me just capitalize. So first name. So I will duplicate this to have second name. So if I save, I'll have this first name, second name. What if I want second name to come below first name? Then I need to break after the input box. So after this input box here, I have to break. And I hope my codes are visible. But
Yes.
okay. So let me, I can break, if I break here, I put codes in small letters. Then that is what happens. Now a single break is making the two input boxes to like zinashikana. So I need to add, I will need to add maybe another break again so that I have that spacing now, like that. So first name, second name. But if I need it, I don't need to break. I need them in one line, so I can remove the breaks so that I get back this. Okay. So what about um, let's say uh, you wanted to upload your ID. So you want your user to upload the ID. So you're gonna say, of course I need, let me break here. So so you'll have a label for ID. And then for input, you will say input type is file. So input means anything that is fed into the computer. And how is it fed? Is it a text? Is it a document? So for document, we say file. So let me save and test. So ID is the label. Choose a file is now enabling you to click, and then it opens your computer so that you can attach maybe your passport. So you can select my passport and click open. So passport1.jpg. If it is your CV, attach CV. Click, and then maybe you have a CV. You can maybe just select this. So it is selected. So it can be submitted to the database. The work of the form is you are taught database, but you did not learn how information is moving from maybe an application like website to the database. So it is the form that captures information and sends that information to the database using PHP and SQL. Okay, so that is how we implement attachment of a file. So if you have to attach your ID, you can attach ID like that. Hi, wako online. Hai, wewe wewe kwa online fika hapa. Utatengeneza online fika. Eh, okay. Um, so that's how you attach a document. Then what about maybe choosing gender where you have got maybe we need to provide option where you just select multiple options and then you select one. So like for instance, in gender, you can only choose one gender, either male or female. So with that, we will use what you call option buttons or what you call in Visual Basic radio button. So this is what I'm saying. So I'll have a label for uh, gender, and then we're gonna have an input. So the type is the one changing. So this time around, we're gonna say input type is radio. Input type is radio, and what is displayed in that radio is the word male. So I will have now to close because I have uh, the word. Let me remove this one so that I know what I'm saying. So because I have male here, so I'll have to close the input. So in the other side, I did not close input because it is self-closing. So there is nothing displayed after the input, but because something needs to be displayed after the input radio, then I have to close input. So with slash input. So let us see the outcome. So gender. So you have this is the radio, but this is the word male. So it can be checked, but it is refusing to be unchecked. So sometimes when if you don't put male here, you can say value is equals to into quotation male. Let me see if it will display. It doesn't. So value has got its own jobs. So let me just put male here, and then I close the input so that we have this. What about female? So we cannot repeat gender, so we just repeat this input and then input type radio, but now this time round we say female. So I save and refresh. So gender male, female. But there is a challenge here. So there is a challenge here that somebody can be both male and female. So they are not selected. So what do you do to for so that when I select male, female deselects. When I select female, male deselects. What you do, you introduce an attribute called name in both of them. So you say name is equals to any word, let's say uh, gender. So both of them need to have the same value for the attribute gender. So both of them will have name is equals to gender. So this means that they have been grouped. They belong to one group and therefore only one can be active or selected. So therefore when I do that and refresh, you can have male and then say if I select female, male deselects. So the name, the value provided to the name attribute is can be anything, can be even your name, Fare. So if you use your name Fare, even here you'll use the name Fare. So save, let's refresh. Yeah, so you see it is working. So it can be the value provided to the name attribute can be anything. Can it be a single letter F? Yeah, refresh. You see it how it is working. But they cannot be different things. You can't have F and G. So if you have F and G, they are two different. They belong to two different groups, so uh, they cannot. They're not seeing each other, so they don't acknowledge that the other one has been selected. So they must be same. F F like that. Okay, so that is called option button or radio button. What about the one giving you? I think you did combo box in VB, where you can maybe select. When you click, you have a drop down of list of items where you select one. Like for instance, you select countries: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. So how do you implement that? Let me check that everybody is on session. May to exit and we don't know. So it is okay. Okay. Oh, and I'm feeling hungry. I need some tea. Hi. So now, oh, I did not close. Oh, okay. Everything is fine. So now, uh, let's have a label for country. Or let's say uh, education level. So this is your highest education level. So we want now to give you choices where you can choose from the combo box. That is a drop-down menu. So the combo box normally begins with select and ends with select. So up to there, let me see what's gonna happen, or how it looks like. I did not break here, so let me break after this ready button so that it may look nice. So after this one. Let me break. I like breaking twice. Okay, so education level. So here is the combo box. So right now it has nothing. So it is provided this one comes, this one, education level is a label. This one comes because of select. So select, within select, we now need to provide the options. So you say the first option is that your education level is maybe KCPE, that is primary. So you're gonna do, I'm gonna end that option. So that is the only option available. So refresh. So KCPE is the only option available here. So you need to add another one. KCSE. So I've added and saved. So now I have KCPE. I have KCSE. Maybe you want to add diploma. Or let me just say college. Let me just say certificate. Certificate. Let me add diploma. Can end there. You can add degree. Yeah, that is enough. So select, begin here and end here. So each option ends in that in one line. So like that. So those are the options. So that is how they are fed here. So refresh. So you're gonna have this. So someone can choose certificate, can choose diploma, can choose degree. Yeah. So that is how that combo box is implemented. What else? um, what about checkboxes? Checkboxes. Like for instance, uh, which city have you ever visited? So you check, you select cities that you have visited. I visited Nairobi, Kisumu, Mombasa. I have visited Nairobi, Kisumu, but I have not visited Mombasa. So you leave Mombasa unchecked. So that is a combo, that is a checkbox. So how is it to, how can you implement it? Let us provide a label for city visited, city visited. So that is the label. I think let me break after this. Uh, yeah, so that I have a label for city visited. So for city visited, have you visited? Uh, so input box. So let me just pick this. Let me just type. So input type is equals to checkbox. Checkbox. And this is Nairobi. So we say that if you write something after the input box, you have to close the input box. So slash input. So this is how it's gonna happen. So city visited Nairobi, so you check. So have you visited uh, Kisumu? Kisumu. Yes, I visited Nairobi and I've also visited Kisumu. Oh, I did not visit Nairobi. I was lying. I visited Nairobi, but not Kisumu. So you can see that this one doesn't need the name attribute, and like radio. Why? Because you will be asked by NEC differentiate between radio button or option button and checkbox. Radio button is also called option button. So differentiate between radio button and checkbox. The difference is that radio button is used to provide choices where the user is supposed to select only one, but checkboxes are used to provide choices where the user is supposed to choose multiple. So in option buttons, the user is restricted to one. In checkboxes, the user is restricted to multiple. So that is the difference. Okay, it's good to confirm that people are listening. So let me confirm again. Okay. So did you visit Eldoret? Where am I? We visited Mombasa. So that's what you have. So I visited Nairobi, Kisumu, Mombasa. Oh, I did visit Kisumu, so you check. So that's how it's done. What about the date picker? What is your date of birth? So let me close this, the break, and introduce label for date of birth. So what is your date of birth? When were you born? So we're gonna say input type is date, just date. If you want to provide us with the time, up to time, the time you are born, you can select that time. So if you know at what time you are born, you can select the time. So anyway, input type date. So let's see how it works. Let me just break. So date of birth is the label. So this is the date picker. So it gives you month, date, and the year. So you're born in when? Most of you were born in 2000 and is it at 7? 2006. Can guess Farah's birthday looks like it is March. And you were born on a Thursday, 16th. So this is March 16th, 2006. So that is how the date picker is provided. What else? What else? What else? So you can type text, you can choose a file, uh, you can select your gender, you can use combo box. or drop the menu to select an item. We can have checkboxes, and we can pick date. What else? Let's look at the maybe an email. So an email picker, normally just make sure that what you have typed is an email. Hello. Eh, hebu nimuongeleshe. Unajua watu waendangi town mapema, acha nimpigie. Just a minute, let me mute kidogo nipigie mtu simu. Yes, Patela. Hotem town. Eh? Eh. Ari? Eh. Eh. We? Aya sawa, mana udambo na holay. Ah, okay, I'm back. So we were talking about email. So the email input, just make sure that somebody has typed a real email by confirming there is the at symbol. So you can just duplicate this. So email. So the input type is email. So it is has no difference with this one with the input type text, but you will note the difference just right now uh, after we add the button for submitting. What else? Let us look at password. 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 So I'll just copy this and duplicate. So label for password. So we normally say input type is equals to password, so that when you type, it is not displayed, but the system knows what you're typing. So that is input type password. I don't think there is any other one that I've forgotten other than the final one, which is a button for now submitting. So we're gonna have a button. So you're gonna say button. The type of button is equals to submit. submit. So the caption of the button, you can say maybe register. So end of the button. So that's what you're gonna have. So here's the submit button. So uh, let's let us see. So name is Mary, and your ID. Let me just assume this one is the ID. You are female, education level diploma. You're visiting Nairobi and Kisumu and not Mombasa, and your date of birth is when were you born, Marianne? I'm 202, August, and on a on a Sunday. So your email is mary at gmail.com. What happens if I don't do at, and then your password is Mary123? Let's see. You see what is happening on my screen? Please include an at in the email address, marygmail.com. It's missing an at. So that is the only main importance role of input type is equals to email. So it verifying or validating to make sure that it has the at because an email must have at. So when it has data is submitted. So where is it being submitted? Right now to nowhere. So in the future, when you are advancing to PHP, you will combine PHP and SQL to submit this data to the database. That is now what we call backend programming. Okay. What if somebody is trying to submit first name Mary and he forgets to type last name or second name? Maybe the rest of this is okay. She has provided, she's female, she has down diploma, she has visited Kisumu, her date of birth is when her date of birth is what is not happening here. You want to choose the year and use this. So she was born in 2004, June 16th. She has an email, mary at gmail.com, and she has a password, JJ1234. And what happens when you want to make sure that she does not submit if maybe second name has not been typed? So you're gonna add an attribute to that second name in that input type text for second name because this is what takes care of the second name. For the input, you add an attribute that says required. Required. So required makes it mandatory that you cannot press the submit button before you type in something for second name. So let us see. So let me say this is Kevin, and then I did type second name. So yeah, so his ID and his male, his education level, his certificate, and he's in Nairobi, and he was born on the 5th, but not 2025. I can assume is Kevin at gmail.com, and this password is gonna be Kevin123. Come on. Ah, what did I do? Did I write required well? Oh, It is when it is now reminding me when I'm done. Let me try again. Kevin, uh choose file for somebody away. Away. Marianne,
Yeah,
you had exited.
network connection.
Okay. So, ama nimeandika spelling by required. I hope this is the spelling of required. Yawa, 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 yawa. Input type text, then required. Oh, it worked. Only that. Okay. So let's fill in the form. Oh, I think I had not refreshed. That is the reason why. Okay. So first name, Kevin. Second name, I am assuming. So ID or passport reason is male. Level, diploma. He has just visited Nairobi only. He was born in the year, which year? Yeah, which year? 2009 in November 26th. And his email is kevin at gmail.com. And he has a password, kevin123. But now he has forgotten typing in his second name. So he's trying to submit. See, trying to submit the form. So please fill out this field. So when you say required, it means that the form cannot be submitted if that field has not been or that input has not been provided. So required makes sure that the input has been provided. So it can you can give required to any other input. Like for instance, for first name input type text, you can say this is mandatory, required, is required. You can say maybe email is required, required. Yeah. So when I save and refresh, so so it goes in order. It begins with the first one. So first name required, James. I'm trying to submit again. Second name is required, James Mark. Again, trying to submit. Oh, email is required, James at gmail.com. Submit. So the rest maybe are not required, mandatory. So you see, it is now allowing submission. So that is it. So I think I've not left anything to do with the form. Only that now our form needs to be styled a little bit so that it looks nice. So you can do that using CSS. You can put CSS in the head using style and end of style. So this is called embedded CSS. That is CSS embedded inside HTML. So next semester we will be talking about external CSS. So I want to style my form. So you call the form by its name. And then, so for my form, these are the styles. I want my form to have a border of, let's say, 2 pixels. And it is solid, let's say blue. I don't know why I like blue. Let's say solid cyan. Cyan is the name of a color. Let me save that and see what's gonna happen. Wow. Oh, have I missed somewhere? Let me see. Oh, I did not close style with the slash. Can you imagine it is the slash causing this problem? Slash, only the slash, making content not to be visible. Here it is. Let me save and now refresh. So here comes my form. but doesn't look nice as much as I've provided the border because it is occupying the whole screen. So what do I gonna do? At this stage, we say that the form, in terms of width of the form, it is occupying 100% of the width of the screen. So we did up to here, maybe this is 50%. So I can now say that, hey, have a width, occupy a width of 50% of the screen. So 50%. Yeah. So occupy a width of 50%. Let's see. Come on. Here it is. What about if I say 30? Save, refresh. That's what's gonna happen. So it will. So the percentage. So this means from here to here is 30%, 50, like that, 100. So that is what I mean by the width of the screen. So it will break by default. You see, now second name is now breaking by default. So that's what's going to happen. What if I reduce some maybe to 20? What if to just occupy 20% of the screen? This is what going to happen. So maybe 50 is nice, or 45 or 40. Let's see. Not yet. Good. So 50 is fine, or 45%. Yeah, that's nice. And then, um, yeah, that's okay. So, any question? Let me begin with Marianne.
No, I'm okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the
But
difference
I,
in?
I, I had a question.
Yes, yes.
Can you go back?
Okay.
Back.
Pardon?
Like, how did you display this?
How did I?
Because I was not here when you displayed the first name, the second name. I was not here because
Unakatika. How did I display?
how did I display this, the registration and the first name and everything? Because I was not
Your voice is fluctuating. Can you type in the message?
here.
Can you type here? Kwa message hapa. Hapa. Sawa.
Yes.
Your voice inabadilika, inaanza juu alafu inateremka inapotea.
How did you
How did I
display?
display the form, the whole form?
No, the registration, the first name and the
This one.
second name.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the yeah, and
It
below
is
it.
just a bolded within the form. It is inside the form first of all. That is why it is within the borders, because the form is the one bordered here, and it is just bold, a bold statement registration, and then then a break. I go. The next thing comes below it, just below.
Um,
Yeah, that is how I. So it is just a bold statement, just bold registration like that.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. This form can have a background color. So background color of let's say there is a color called tomato, by the way. We have not learned. Maybe another time we'll learn about colors. That's tomato. So you see, HTML has a lot of colors compared to what ladies say they know. So that is tomato. There is magenta. That is magenta. I don't know if this is pink. Let me see the difference between magenta and pink. First of all, look at magenta, and then let's see if HTML acknowledges existence of pink. Yeah, this is pink now. Ladies normally say baby pink. I don't know what pink. Okay. I Fare, any question?
No question.
Um, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just hold on. Let me see if my video is okay.